That's it. Wish me luck. Hey, thank you.
Do your channel say Bradley Matter?
No, it's Ideal Cars. Yeah. Cool. Hey, thank you. All right, we just got the money, so now off to the airport. Well, you're probably wondering why I'm at the airport. I'm late for my flight, like extremely late. Well, it's good I brought my own little airport telescooter, because otherwise I don't know if I would be making this flight. All right. So you may be wondering why I'm flying down to, well, San Francisco. I've been there a bunch. My sister actually lives there, and going to pick up a super rare car, one of 5 in the country. I've never seen this color combination before. It's an incredible sports car, and it's a convertible. I'm not gonna tell you what the car is because honestly, I want you guys to see it for the first time when I see it for the first time. Gonna pick it up and then drive it back up from San Francisco to Seattle in one day. I can't wait. I think this is my Uber. What up, man? Oh, I like the golf club. We might have to have a competition later. All right, man.
You have a good one.
He's awesome. And I heard something. Here is the E36 BMW M3 that I've been talking about all day long. What's up, man?
Right?
I am. How you doing? Nice to meet you. All right, well, car looks awesome. So I'm just gonna grab my stuff and we're gonna go over to his house and do the deal and be driving that thing for the next day. All right, so Dan made this super easy. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a ton.
Sure thing. Have a good drive.
Dude, thank you. Look at this shirt, by the way. And enjoy that 510, man.
I will.
And let me know what else you end up doing.
Sure thing. I'll keep in touch.
Cool. Thanks, man. The M3 was awesome. Got to San Francisco and look who I get to meet up with tonight. My sister.
Hey guys.
The one and only Coco. So we're gonna go get sushi. I'm gonna be offline for the rest of the night. I'll see you guys at like 5:30 in the morning. Well, it's like 4:30 in the morning. I may have had a little too much fun last night, but when it's time to go, I know it's time to go. So gotta get on the road and tackle this 13-hour drive. Well, officially good morning. It was too early earlier. I was skateboarding in the dark and almost crashed over some rumble strips. I woke up pretty excited. Pretty excited I got to drive this car, even if it's for 12 hours. I mean, this is a car that you'd want to do it in. And no, it's not the best road car. No, it's not the fastest car. But what it is it's unique and it has a soft spot in my heart. I'm sure you guys can all remember that first car that you got, that you were like, wow, I actually made it. And not made it in life, but just, you made it as a car enthusiast. You got something that you actually wanted and you felt like you could roll up to a car meet and it was cool. You could hang with the big boys. And that was a 98 Estoril Blue M3 that I picked up from San Diego. And I looked for that car for a year and a half. And it wasn't until I was living in LA that I found it on Craigslist in San Diego and I took the train down to go pick up that car. that was such a special moment in my life because it was the first time that I got a true enthusiast car. I think everybody can remember their first, huh? Well, we're putting some gas in the tank, so let's go see if Valero has some good coffee. I'm skeptical. Woo! All right, well, their coffee's too hot to taste, so I'll give the taste test in like 5 minutes, but look at that thing. So after logging over 600 miles on this BMW M3, I have to say that these Bilstein PSS9 coilovers are incredible for street use. I don't know how they hold up on the track, but the damping control is perfect for street use. I've gone over a bunch of different terrain, and this car has handled everything so well. Also, they come with this nifty little deal where you're able to adjust the ride height. I think the car stands perfectly right now, but you could slam it if you want or bring it up to OEM spec and you still get that great ride. I think it's an absolute must for any E36 owner, regardless if it's an M3 or not, to update the ambers in the front, the parking lights, to clears, the side markers, and the tail lights. This car has it done and it really sets the car apart. It's such a subtle upgrade and it's not that expensive, but it definitely helps the car look a little bit more European. Another thing this car has, which I'm not a huge fan of, is the European tri-spoke M3 Sports steering wheel. The steering on this car is pretty neutral. It's not too heavy nor light. And so I think that the little bit smaller diameter wheel would actually give you a little bit more feedback when you're going through the turns. I'm being hypercritical right now because this car is so well sorted, but the other thing is that the previous owner upgraded the shift knob to an illuminated shift knob. Personal preference again, I would rather have a ZHP shift knob over this illuminated shift knob. It does look really cool at night, but the ZHP shift knob is actually a little bit shorter and it makes the throws feel a little bit crisper. So no trip to California is complete without going to In-N-Out Burger, even if that In-N-Out Burger is in Medford, Oregon. It's snowing out. What in the world? I am definitely the slowest guy on the road right now. Oh God. Stay loose, baby, stay loose. The road's actually turning white. Incredible. Incredible. Come on, Mother Nature, bring it, baby. All right, so why is my butt in this seat? Well, my buddy and I started a car show a few months ago and have done an E90 M3 and E36 318i, and we're looking for our third car. I started racking my brain on cars that we could do that were a little bit more special, a little bit more unique than the cars that we had done already. I decided that the car that we should do next is a 911. Now, a 911 has great pedigree, racing heritage. It's modern, but it has had that design for, geez, 60-ish years. The problem was that a 997, which is a 2005 or newer, was out of our budget. There's just no way that we were gonna be able to afford one that was clean. So I started looking for ones that had a bad clutch, bad engine. The problem was there really wasn't anything on Craigslist. The only things that were popping up were the 996s, which a couple years ago, bless its heart, I drove a 996 Turbo, which was an amazing machine. So much potential. And it was so great just stock. But the interior and the headlights were just, ugh. So that was totally off the table. I found a 997.1 in 06 for sale. That was GT Metallic Silver, which is actually a $3,000 option over the Arctic Silver for the 997s, and it had a bad clutch. The price was still a little bit too high, but I called the guy anyway and found out that he had bought the car only a few months prior, and the car was great, but then the clutch went bad, and his wife wanted to get a convertible. So I started picking his brain on what kind of convertible he wanted. He didn't really know, he just wanted something that was different. I go, hey man, I've found cars for people. I'd love to help you. And in return, if I find the right car, would you give me a discount on the price of your car? And he goes, all right. He sent me a bunch of pictures of his car. Everything looked great on the car except the clutch, obviously. And I started searching for something pretty unique. Now, I found this car about a week ago in Sacramento, and I've had a few E36s. I was super excited when I called, and the guy that answered the phone was also an enthusiast and told me about the car. Everything seemed to have been done on the car, and it had tasteful modifications to the car as well. But everything was reversible, which was really nice. So ended up calling the guy with the 997 and said, hey, I found the car, I think. Like, why don't you take a look? There's only one of 5 in the US, and took a look at the ad, thought it was great. So I got a pre-purchase inspection done on the car, passed with flying colors, and that's pretty much how I got to this point where I'm in the middle of Oregon, driving it back up to Seattle to meet him tonight with the 997, which I'm gonna see for the first time. Well, we got about another hour before we actually start the next chapter of this journey, so we're cruising with gas. All right, it says left here, and there is the 911.